Designing the sales force have its process to be followed. Objectives, strategy, structure, size, and compensation. The first thing we will talk about is the sales force objectives and strategy. Prospecting. This is the searching for leads that can help you. Targeting. This is where you allocate time for the leads and customers. Communicating. This is where you relay the product or service you want to sell. Service. This is where you give assistance to customers regarding your product. Information gathering. Conducting market research and doing intelligence work. And allocating is deciding which to give your products. Next is the sales force structure. Different kinds of companies who sell different kinds of products need different types of structure. For a company of one product line, which is a territorial structure, while a company that sells many products need a product or market structure. Sales representatives are one of the company's most productive and expensive assets. Increasing their number increases both sales and costs. Once the company establishes the number of customers it wants to reach, it can use a workload approach to establish the sales force size. This method has 5 steps. The first step is to group customers into size classes according to annual sales volume. Second step is to establish desirable call for each customer class. Third is to multiply the number of accounts in each size class by the corresponding call frequency to arrive to the total workload for the country in sales calls per year. Fourth is to determine the average number of calls a sales representative can make per year. Fifth is to divide the total annual cost required by the average annual cost made by a sales representative to arrive at the number of sales representatives needed. Salesforce compensation is basically giving them what you owe them on their job. Like for example, the salary, bonuses, and expense allowances. In managing the sales force, there are steps to follow on how to properly do it, which is the recruiting, training, supervising, and motivating, evaluating. In industries today, there are 20% employees are turnover, which means an employee leaves the workplace and be replaced. So to avoid the 20%, selection criteria such as a formal test and simulation must be held to choose people who can and willing to do their job. There are several methods in recruiting, which are referrals, agencies, classified, and career fairs. In training, salesperson must be knowledgeable about their product, so they require time to train. 28 weeks for industrial products, 12 weeks for service companies, and 4 weeks for consumer products. Training can be done in computer-based, videos, or role-playing. Sales rep productivity is based on how much time they invest in selling. To do this, they must use sales time wisely, focus more on their current customers, and must be adept in technology to make sales easier. In motivating, there are several ways to do so, like giving them some recognition that they did the job for them to be better, give them rewards on their job well done, or provide sale quotas that they will try to reach to get rewards based on their achievements. In evaluating, there are several sales performance indicators which you will see how much they will have work done, like calls per day, call time per contact, revenue per sales call, cost per sales call, entertainment cost per call, percent of order per 100 calls, new customer per period, lost customer per period, sales force cost as a present total sales. Next is the principles of personal selling, which is the SPIN method. To build long-term relationship with questions such as situation question, which asks about the buyer's current situation. Problem question, which asks what are the difficulties and dissatisfaction of the buyer. Implication question, which asks what is the effect of the buyer's problem and need payoff question. These are asked about the value or usefulness of a proposed solution. The next slide is about the major steps in effective selling. The first step in the prospecting and qualifying. So this is all about finding out where a lead is a potential customer so that you can sell them your products. Next is the pre-approach, which is the first start at how is the purchasing process conducted at your company. Next is to examine your potential buyers to know their buying style and personal characteristics, to know they want. And last is to approach them and try them to be captivated into your product. Next is presentation or demonstration, which uses the FAVV approach. which is the features, advantages, benefits, and value. So it's basically an approach showing the quality of your product at the same time making buyers think how will this be good and helpful to them. The next slide is about overcoming objections. Customers will tend to have resistance on buying your product, such as psychological resistance, includes which may root from unpleasant association created by the sales rep by the demanded ideas, dislikes of making decisions, and neurotic attitude towards money. The other is the logical resistance might be to objection to the price, delivery, schedule, or product or company characteristic. Next is closing, in which you close a deal on a buyers by summarizing that they need your product and if they still resist, indicate the buyers will lose by not placing the order now. Salesperson might offer specific indicators to close, such as additional service, an extra quantity, or a token gift. Last is to follow up and maintenance to ensure the customer satisfaction and to have more repeated business with each other. That is all for this presentation. Thank you.